getting ready to go, aren't we?
So my problem is Jesse and I don't get a break in this one. We never get to go back. You guys get to go get a break and come back and forth.
Well, why don't you?
Because we are over here receiving.
Is there anybody else on the left?
No, they don't. It's just no biggie. I just need to know, hydrate, and then not have to worry about going to the restroom.
Well, when you sweat this much, that's the best thing about sweating. You know,
Like this? Hey, Simon, I'm afraid that. Is Rusty walking?
No.
So before 8 o'clock, let's stand in the grass. So that we won't trip down these stairs. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, we're just change it up. We're just gonna meet out front on the grass. Instead of having to navigate the stairs. Or go up and down. Oh, we're gonna do that? Oh, just start out there. Yeah. Walk around, right? No, he's standing there. Oh, yeah. We get past him. Mooney!
All right, graduates, please have a seat. Please be seated, graduates. Thank you very much.
Tell me when to go.
Or Jason to cut it.
Where's our national anthem?
I don't know.
There you go. You're good.
Graduates, please remain standing. I'd now like to welcome BUHS alumni, graduating class of 2021, Kayla Kemp. Let me tell everyone to stand up. If you'd now all please join me in rising for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, and the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ariana Perez, and I am honored to be tonight's Master of Ceremony. To begin tonight's commencement, I'd now like to welcome our principal, Mr. Jesse Sanchez, for a principal's message.
Yes, you can all be seated now. Thank you. So you guys made it. Good job. So first of all, good evening. I would like to welcome all the parents and all the families and friends and staff to tonight's ceremony for the class of 2022. Good job. Bienvenidos a esta ceremonia de la clase de 2022. Mi nombre es Jesse Sánchez y es un honor de ser el director de Brawley Union High School. My name is Jesse Sanchez, and it is an honor and most importantly a privilege to be the principal of Brawley Union High School. At this time, it is an honor to introduce your Board of Trustees. First, we have President Karen Morgan. Please stand. Vice President Gloria Santillan. Trustee Joe Gonzalez. Trustee Rusty Garcia. And also Trustee Mr. Gabriel Contreras. It also is an honor to introduce your superintendent for the district, Mr. Simon Canales. I want to say a special thank you to all of you for allowing us to support our students and to setting that platform, especially during these trying times. So once again, thank you for all that you do for our students and for our staff. It's also an honor to introduce our admin staff. Out there we have Mr. Greg Smith, our assistant principal. Our principal of Desert Valley High School, Mr. Tony Munguia. Our director of curriculum and instruction, Mrs. Bonnie Munguia. Our director of special projects, Mrs. Jonine Torino. And our director of special education, Dr. Julie Fernandez. I also want to say thank you to the amazing staff who have come together here tonight and all day and all week actually to create such an awesome event. And also I want to thank the staff for your support and for the care that you have provided for these students, especially during our pandemic and in person. Thank you to our amazing teaching staff as you have endured and conquered these very difficult times by building relationships and preparing our students for the world to come. A special thank you and gratitude and appreciation for our parents, our guardians, and our families and our friends, for you are the foundation and the backbone of your students. So thank you once again. Seniors, the class of 2022, your time has come. So congratulations on this remarkable achievement of graduation from Brawley Union High School. COVID times were difficult, and it tumbled us to the ground. But like wildcats, we got up, and we dusted ourselves off, and our hands and knees. We dusted those as well, but we marched on, only as wildcats do. So go out there and show the world who you are and what there is to come of you, as a wildcat never kneels and never bows to any challenge. Never quit, never give up, and don't you ever have an excuse, and fight to the very end. But as always, as I always say, at the same time, always stay respectful and stay humble. Good job, Wildcats. So proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. I hope the class of 2022 has made you nothing but proud. I'd now like to introduce our counselor, Mr. Felix, for a special class message.
We made it. Good evening, President Karen Morgan, Vice President Gloria Santillan, Clerk of the Board Joel Gonzalez, Trustee Rusty Garcia, Trustee Gabriel Contreras, Superintendent Simon Canales, Administration, faculty, graduates, parents, and guests. My students, 1,390 days we've gone through something. To say times we have living is unprecedented would be an understatement. Your resilience, hard work, and sheer determination have brought you here tonight. Your strength was tested, and it prevailed despite many barriers you faced. So finally, here you are tonight, 4 years later, mere minutes away from walking across the stage and entering into your new lives. I am so incredibly proud of and excited for all of you. However, before I address my students directly, I would like to take a moment to give thanks to those that helped me, with all of you in front of me now. So to my daughter, Denise, my son, Ruben Jr., my lovely wife, Mireya, who has stuck by my side through thick and thin, I thank you. In the crowd now, all the parents and guardians who let me be a beacon of light for their children, I thank you. To my colleagues, Frank Felix, Susan Villon, Alejandro Castillo, Jeff Weiss, Veronica Castro, and the rest of the administration, I thank you. And now I turn to you, sitting before me, the class of 2022. I thank you for entrusting me during these crucial times and having faith in me. I hope I've served you all well. Remember the lessons and tools you have learned throughout your high school journey. For now and forever, I ask you to remain learners. Always be willing to grow and blossom for what you encounter. I'm not the first to say, but it's logic. Failures are the greatest teachers in life. The great Muhammad said, only a person who knows what it's like to be defeated can reach down to the bottom of their soul and come up with an extra ounce of power it takes to win when the match is even. In the time ahead of you, never be afraid to fail. It will help you discover who you are. Have pride in your achievement tonight and all the future accomplishments coming your way. Most importantly, be proud of who you are and who you will become in due time. Do not weigh your heart down with the poisons in our world. Appreciate and cherish the wonders in life that make you happy. There will be no one else. All of you here are special. Now it is time for you to leave Brawley Union High School and enter your early stages of adult life. There are different paths. Some will enter the workforce, join the armed forces, enter a trade school, continue education in a community college, or find an allegiance within a four-year university. Whatever your path is, never forget you were first a wildcat. You will always be benevolent representatives of the glorious blue and gold of BUHS. It's been an absolute honor working with all of you as your counselor. Words cannot express how lucky I am to be your counselor. Not just a counselor, but a mentor to all of you. I'm filled with happiness to watch you all now revel in your well-earned success. With that being said, I want to mark this night a new beginning and remind you all to continue your journey, to dream and believe in those dreams with unwavering strength. Dreams are only impossibilities not made possible in reality. Nothing can stop the ferocity of someone who simply believes in themselves. I believe in success is inevitable for those who want it more than anything beyond things. I've even see it myself, and I see it within all of you here. This is the end for us, but I have no doubt that all of you here are capable to withstand what is coming. Like I've always said to you before, always, always cross your T's and dot your I's. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Felix. We couldn't have asked for a better counselor. I'd now like to proceed with the special recognition for tonight. So can I call up Miss Kathy Shank, Miss Deanne Lucky, and Mr. Ruben Villa. I'd now like to give a special recognition to our counselor, Mr. Ruben Felix. Mr. Felix has been a friendly face since our first day of high school here at BUHS. He has supported us, guided us, and acknowledged each of our accomplishments all throughout high school. Whether it was before quarantine, during distance learning, or our first and last year back at BUHS in person, Mr. Felix was someone we could all count on. From the class of 2022, thank you. The class of 2022 is also proud to dedicate this year's graduation ceremony to 3 very special faculty at our school, Ms. Deanne Lucky, Ms. Kathy Shank, and Mr. Ruben Villa. They have advised the class of 2022 for our 4 years at Brawley Union High School. The class of 2022 would like to thank you for your endless support, dedication, and efforts. The class officers would now like to present our advisors and counselor with a special plaque from the class of 2022 officers. Thank you once again for everything you've done for our class. We are so thankful. I'd now like to welcome tonight's first honorary student, Abigail Gutierrez.
Good evening, everyone. It is an honor to have the privilege of delivering the commencement speech for the class of 2022 graduation. So thank you very much. I would also like to thank, on behalf of the graduating class of 2022, Brawley Union High School's Board of Education, Superintendent, Principal, Vice Principal, counselors, staff, and of course, the support of our loved ones. So from the bottom of all our hearts, thank you. First, I would like to start off by saying that life itself is enthralling by nature. It is better understood after it happens than before. It is an experience you are currently living. Life is a mystery box that you may open and hope that what you find is a good surprise. The most interesting thing about that mystery box is the paradox it holds. The idea that you can be certain about the uncertainty of what is in store for you. In reflection, the pandemic was one of those uncertainties. The memory I share with my peers is waking up 1 minute before a Zoom class, and it's just the best. But in all seriousness, the graduating class of 2022 is a special group. I say this due to the detours that we did not anticipate when we began here. It is all of these experiences that marks today such a triumph, and what marks us as a special group, a strong and resilient one. Secondly, graduating class. They often say that it's not what happens to us that defines us, but what we choose to do in response that defines us. We, the class of 2022, despite the millions of reasons to disbelieve, to accept defeat, we instead rose to our feet and chose to be what seemed determined to discourage us. In reflection, it was the hope we lost, the motivation we struggled with, and the losses we experienced during these unforeseen times that forced us to present the strongest side of ourselves, even when that didn't seem to exist in us anymore. Which is why the graduating class of 2022 will always be known as what I believe is an invincible group. So, class, when you go out there and experience life and its trials, hold your head up high. Take these words as inspiration. You never know how strong you are until adversity comes knocking on your door. And it did. Yet here we are, celebrating together. Thirdly, graduating class of 2022. Failure and fear is going to play an important role in our future. The good news is that we get to decide by how much. Failure and fear are one of life's greatest paradoxes. The interesting truth about the nature of its design is that failure will teach you things that success never will. And fear is the same thing that protects you, but can also keep you on the safe path away from opportunities, which is why we must know the difference, because the truth is both a hero and a coward both experience the same thing, fear. It's what you decide to do with it that matters. So graduating class of 2022, when life presents itself as fear or failure, hold your head up high and remember these words, that those who avoid failure also avoid success, and no greater illusion exists than the very own fear we create in our minds. Moreover, our detours also reinforce the idea that with a hard beginning comes a good ending. The graduating class of 2022 has experienced great change. But in the end, we enjoy the remaining exhilaration as well as dance the night away. It has truly, truly been a long journey. So graduates, be proud of yourselves. To sum up, graduating class of 2022, when life asks you to take a leap of faith, hold your head up high and remember that the future is what you decide to do with it. Because after all, you are a star. How could you not shine? Welcome to graduation, everyone. And next, for our second honorary student, Ariana Bettis.
Good evening, graduates, families, and friends. Before I recap the last 4 years of our lives as Brawley Union High School students, I'd first like to introduce myself. My name is Ariana Perez, and if you don't know who I am your fellow classmate and class president. As I sat here and wrote this speech, I couldn't help but make the argument that the class of 2022 is not only resilient, but one of the most adaptable classes to ever exist. The class of 2022 has seen it all. From the normalization of flights to the edge of space, the acknowledgement of UFOs, large political movements, the most intense presidential election in world history, and even a global pandemic that affected every aspect of our normal day lives. First, I think we can all remember our first day of freshman year. It was a hot August day, August 27th, 2018 to be exact. Our schedules in hand with no idea of what was ahead. On that day, many of us here started our journey at Brawley Union High School, where we were urged to represent Brawley with pride and resilience. Soon, those first day jitters passed, and we got to experience our first high school football game, baby ball, and even the iconic coming-of-age parties, quinceañeras. Then that routine came to a sudden halt our sophomore year. On March 13, 2020, we were told we'd be taking a 2-week break so that COVID could settle. At that time, we only had 2 confirmed cases, but what we looked forward to the most was a 2-week break. Before we knew it, those 2 weeks turned into a month, then 6 months, and eventually a year and 5 months. For almost a year and a half, we saw our classmates through tiny Zoom boxes, celebrated drive-by birthdays, and really only ever found entertainment during class when a glitch voice would speak or someone would forget to click mute. Snapchat memories were the one thing I could look forward to every morning as the months passed. I could reminisce on when life was normal. All I wished for was to go back to school, to see my friends, to play the sport I loved, all like we once did our freshman year of high school. After months of wishing, my wish finally came true. We would get to start senior year of high school in person. We would get our senior year. We would get to make memories. We would get to be normal high school students one last time. This year has been one of the best things to have ever happened. We got to return to school right on time for college applications, where many of us here had to make huge decisions. Although we knew June 9th would come soon, we knew creating memories one last time was important. Our first high school football game turned into our last, where we were honored to bring back the bell. Baby ball turned into prom, and quinceañeras turned into 18th birthday bashes. The class of 2022 is the only class to experience a full year in normal high school pre-COVID, distance learning high school, and high school after distance learning. All of us here get to leave this field today as future parts of history books. We get to be those living testimonies, and we get to say we lived through and conquered some of the most difficult challenges anyone can face. Finally, to the class of 2022, I am so proud of each and every one of you. We have proved to be the most resilient and adaptable classes to ever exist. This diploma will keep you out of your parents' basements, but parents, please keep your fingers crossed. In only 4 years, you have pushed your limits, and you will continue to do so. I'd also like to personally thank my parents, my siblings, my family, both near and far, my teachers, the staff at BUHS, and my advisors for guiding me in the right direction. Also, a special shout out to my friends that have made these 4 years so full of memories. I would not be here if it weren't for you all. And remember, class of 2022, once a wildcat, always a wildcat. Thank you. And now for the affirmation of the class, I'd like to call up Mr. Jesse Sanchez.
Okay, class, we're getting close. Mr. Simon Canales, the superintendent of Brawley Union High School District. I, Jesse Sanchez, the proud principal of Brawley Union High School, hereby affirm that these Brawley Union High School seniors sitting here in front of you have met all the graduation requirements set forth by the Brawley Union High School District.
President Morgan, Brawley Union High School District Board of Trustees. I, Simon Canales, Superintendent of the Brawley Union High School District, hereby certify that these students have met all of the requirements related to graduation set forth by the state of California and the Brawley Union High School District. I now pronounce and present the class of 2022. Congratulations.
Wildcats, class of 2022. You guys ready? Here we go. Gabriel Contreras. Maria Jose Coronado. Jenny Ledesma. Gabriel Llamas. Gustavo Venegas Montiel. Samantha Torres. Our following students are our top students graduating summa cum laude. These are students who, throughout their 4 years of high school, have finished with above a 4.0 GPA. So graduating summa cum laude, Fernando Adame. Charisma Aguilar. Paula Alcantar Arambula. Yasli Avendano. Melissa Banda. Isabella Buckner. Iago Canchola. Brody Caston. Rebecca Chacon. Leslie Cisneros. Sammy Couchman III. Joshua Crittenden. Ryan Dickerson. Ariana Flores. Kaylin Garcia. Catherine Gonzalez. Mahi Goyo. Jordan Green. Ramon Guerrero. Jaden Hardon. Darlene J. Larino. Johnny Lemus. Jaden Marone. Christopher Martinez. Damian Mesa. Priscilla Mireles. Reynaldo Montiel. Mónica Navarro López. Giselle Ochoa. David Para Ortiz. Ariana Perez. Aaliyah Phillips. Jorge Quintero Reese. Galilea Ramirez. Isabella Revelar. Cameron Rodriguez. Kristen Relas. Arturo Reese. Francisco Reese. Elijah Saisa. April Salazar. Steven Solis. Alicia Tapia. Joseph Taylor. Brianna Toji. Minnie Traslavinia. Madison Whitman. Jesus Zavala. Joshua Zentecatl. Our next students have the honor of graduating magna cum laude. These are students who completed their 4 years of high school with a GPA of 3.5 to 3.99. So graduating magna cum laude, Alejandro Agramont. Kimberly Aguilera Hernandez. Alana Arequive. Mike Ayala. Jacqueline Baxter. Emily Beltran. Arturo Beltran. Dylan Blanco. Christian Calderon. Eileen Camarena. Araceli Carmona. Alan Carrillo. Katie Castro. Sergio Cáceres. Banyan Clayton. Candace Coronado. Guillermo de Guzman. Hannah Diaz. Jonathan Diaz Sauceda. Brendan Escoto. Ramses Espinosa. Josie Esquivel. Dawson Figueroa. Kenya Garcia. Israel Garcia. Danielle Garcia. Genesis Garcia. Jesse Garcia Cruz. Joanna Garcia Salazar. Helios Garza. Mario Gastelum Aguilar. Lillian Gonzalez. Luna Gonzalez. Kaylee Gonzalez. Giselle Gonzalez Gutierrez. Abigail Gutierrez. Yatsiri Gutierrez. Sofia Guzman. Kayla Guzman. Isabella Hauken. Cheyenne Halford. Emily Hall Wood. Jacqueline Hernandez. Azul Hidalgo. Elizabeth Hoskins. Dylan Hardon. Ricardo Lemus Macias. Alexi Limentang. Mia Loera. Adrina Lopez. Abraham Lopez. Kareli Madrazo. Melody Magana. Nicholas Martinez. Amy Martinez. Jaden Moreno. Valeria Moniz. Julieta Navarro Pacheco. Jocelyn Nunez Ponce. Ashley Ochoa. Andres Perales. Elisa Perez. Derek Piceno. Jessica Ramirez. Juan Reyes. Aixa Rivera. Saúl Rodríguez Garcia. Johan Rodriguez Tapia. Ariana Salazar. Elijah Salgado. Celine Sanchez. Samaria Sims. Colin Small. Ty Swanson. Joshua Tapia. Madeline Tigert. Ana Laura Valencia Rubacada. Angela Varela Tavison. Alicia Vasquez. Alexandra Visi. Isaiah Young. Our next group of students will be graduating with honors with a 3.0 to a 3.49 GPA during their 4 years of high school. So graduating as cum laude students, Sergio Acevedo. Joyce Acosta Beltran. Juan Aguirre. Bella Agúndez. Edlin Alvarez. Ariana Arias. James Armstrong. Anthony Arriaga. Carlos Avalos. Atlanta Avila. Madison Ayala. Andrea Ayala. Ricardo Bañaga. Simon Barra. Herman Beltran. Dana Benavides. Ashley Bojorquez. Linda Briseño. Angel Brodell. Anissa Campbell. Jesus Canchola Martinez. Ruben Cancio Garcia. Lexi Carvajal. Hesley Cáceres. Raúl Castro. Adriana Castro Valdez. Destiny Celis Quintero. Ricardo Clemente III. Elisa Colunga Negrete. Sienna Cortez. Nathan de Guzman. Emily Demara. Stephanie Diaz. Marlene Diaz. Denzel Dueñas. Ileana Farrell. Alejandro Flores. Andrea Gallegos Ramirez. Jacqueline Garcia. Jonathan Garcia. Manuel Angel Garcia. Mia Herman. Frida Gomez. Christian Gomez. Steven Gomez. Brendan Gomez Hurtado. Alexander Gonzalez. Jennifer Grado. William Grummett. Sailor Guajardo. Sarid Gutierrez. Alan Gutierrez. Susan Guzman. Mark Hughes. Ivan Ibarra Alvarado. Caitlin Jackson. Maish Jackson. Daniel Jasek. Sebastian Jimenez. Damaris Jimenez Velasquez. Marisol Juarez. Lexi Lara. Jonathan Leon. Dominique Magdaleno. Jalen Mack. Carissa Marquez. Daisy Martin. Desiree Martin. Brian Martinez. Esmeralda Martinez Dominguez. Sandra McGee. Kaylin Medina. Rebecca Mendizable. Josue Mendoza. Audrey Mesa. Risa Milan. Dara Miranda Fuentes. Marissa Molina. Oscar Monroy. Eduardo Moreno. Evo Mujica Rosales. Joey Navarro. Erson Navarro Batista. Fernando Noriega. Carlos Orantes Anguiano. Ariel Paredes. Marissa Peña. Anissa Ramirez. Alexa Ramirez Flores. Ashanti Viri Ramos. Evelyn Ramos. Anissa Rango. Julian Reyes. Manuel Reyes. Robert Robles. Beatriz Robles Ramirez. Natalie Rodriguez. Eric Romero. Adan Rosas Herrera. Angela Rubio Cortez. Jasmine Reese. Jalen Sanchez. Julian Sanchez. Brianna Sandoval. Savannah Sandoval. Aneth Sandoval Lopez. Victoria Santana. Carla Sariana Lopez. Isabella Serrano. Sydney Singh. Jose Siqueiros. Esteban Soto. Gregory Soto III. Avari Suarez. Jacob Valadez. Brianna Vallejo. Rachel Valverde Flores. Jocelyn Marie Velez. Javier Villegas. Gabriela Yescas. Noah Zamora. Braulio Cepeda Fuentes. Andrés Zúñiga Villa. Our final graduates, Samara Aguilar. Juliana Aguirre. Kayla Abanez. Zeta Aragon. Tiana Osby. Elijah Manuelos. Kendra Barasa. Joel Beltran. Ernesto Bernal. Saúl Bernal Domínguez. Jacob Briones. Marvin Brown Carrillo. Clarissa Buenrostro. Bernie Bustamante. Claudio Camarena. Michael Cardenas. Kiana Carmelo. Gilbert Carpio. Victor Castro. Nestor Chacon. Fernanda Chacon. Alejandro Chavez. Mark Cook. Noli Cortez. Giovanni Cortez. Matthew Dom. Kimberly De Leon Ramos. Eric Duarte Hernandez. Shelby Edmondson. Jose Espinosa. Roan Espinosa. Alexa Fernandez. Anthony Flores. Angelica Franco. Joseph Franco. Nancy Fuentes. Edgar Galaviz. Francisco Gallegos. Eric Garcia. David Garcia Morales. Jasmine Garcia Soto. Marley Herardo. Abraham Gomez Valles. Jonathan Gongora. Indira Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez. Nathan Griggs. Jorge Aro Cárdenas. Mayra Isararas. Sebastian Larios. Caitlin Levecki. Eric Lopez. Jesus Lorenzana Chavez. Jonathan Lorenzo. Carlos Luna. Kareli Magaña Rodriguez. Jose Malagón. Brian Martinez. Camila Martinez. Alexis Martinez. Dominic Mata Molina. Luis Mendoza. Emmanuel Mendoza. Michelle Miramontes. Javier Miranda. Selena Morales. Jasmine Moreno. Bianca Noriega. Heidi Nunez. Nayeli Olivas Cortez. Jordan Padilla. Destiny Padilla. Isaac Padilla. Elias Paredes. Mauricio Para Valles. Elisa Peraza. Victoria Perdomo. Axel Perez. Josephine Marie Perfino. Evangelist Pittman. Michaela Prado. Martin Prado. Juan Ramirez. Derek Ramos. Leslie Ramos Cardoso. Damian Raigosa. Hayden Reddick. Stephanie Reyes. Gerardo Reyes. Nevea Rivera. Yesenia Rodriguez. Melanie Rodriguez Fuerte. Miguel Rodriguez Garcia. Manuel Rojas Llamas. Jose Rosales. Daniela Relas Dominguez. Jorge Reese. Richard Salceda. Paula Sanchez. Darlene Sanchez. Ashton Senga. Judith Sarabia. Susan Cifuentes. Anel Albani Slally. Lucas Smith. Penelope Garcia Tapia. Idali Tohi. Samantha Torres. Anthony Torres. Ana Trejo. Tony Urquides. Ethan Valadez. Wendy Valdez Mora. Mayola Valencia. Joseph Vargas. Luz Velarde. Fabian Verdugo Cortez. Janice Villegas. DeAndre Wiggins. And Devin Zuniga. Brawley, let me present to you class of 2022 Wildcats.
Who's ever flying that drone, we need it to be put away. We cannot have the fireworks because of somebody out on the field over there with the drone. We cannot have the fireworks until the drone is landed. Everybody after that drone. You need to land the drone.
The drone needs to get moved. Move that drone, please, so we can start the fireworks.
Isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. Look ahead, we can see forever. You and me doing it together. Light it up, we can be a million stars. Look at us, don't you see we've come so far? Yeah, we've come so far. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. And these are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. Standing at the crossroads, feeling how the wind blows. We can soar above the clouds. Every moment is a heartbeat, and every breath feeling so sweet. And who can say what happens now? 'Cause this is our world, this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. This is our world, and this is our time. And these are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place.
Jason, stop music. Announce it. We need to get to the north field. Graduates, make your way to Soto Field. Graduates, make your way to Soto Field. You can meet with your family over on Soto Field, north of Warne Field.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, graduates, parents, families, need you all to head out over to